everyone, and welcome back to my channel Gabbabetic, and welcome to today's video. So a very interesting title of the video, I'm sure you think so as well. Some background before we get into it for maybe those that are watching who haven't been on my channel before and want to know a bit about me. So I am type 1 diabetic, diagnosed in 2008, so 16 years ago, which is a long time. And up until April this year, I was MDI, which is multiple daily injections. I had never had a pump before, but now I'm on the Medtronic 780G insulin pump. I would show you it right now, but it's actually strapped onto the back of my dress, so I can't show you it. But if you want to see me and my pump, have a look at any of the other videos on my channel. I am a very new user to Medtronic, to the Guardian 4 and to the 780G pump. That's my first ever insulin pump. I use the G4 sensor. That's my first time having a sensor that's not Dexcom or Libre as well. I have used those in the past, but like I said, I use those with injection pens, so I've never had a pump before this. I hope you'll enjoy the video. I'm about to get into it now, so if you like the video, please give it a big thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe if you're new to the channel for lots more insulin pump videos, diabetes videos, celiac videos, vlogs as well. So right, let's get into it. I've spoken a bit about the Guardian 4 sensor in some of my insulin pump videos. I haven't gone into too much detail, but what I think of it is, okay, it's a good sensor in terms, for me, the accuracy. I know people have had issues, but I've been okay. Bear in mind, I've only using it 3 months, but it is so bad in comparison to the Dexcom and Libre in terms of application. So the way the Dexcom G7, and I have used the G6 as well, and the Freestyle Libres work, is it like an applicator where you just push in and out and it's connected, and it takes a little bit of warm up, but not too long, especially if you're using the G7, that's only 30 minutes warm up. But the application is so easy, you literally just push it in and it's on. The Guardian 4 sensor is incredibly difficult to put on. I, so far, have not been able to put one on my arm without the help of someone else. And for me, that is really bad because it takes away some of the independence that I had before with the Dexcom and the Libre. I have put the Guardian 4 once on my stomach, and I hated it. I hated it because it was so intrusive. I already have the infusion site on my stomach here. I had it on the other side of my stomach, and I could feel it the whole time. It was the most uncomfortable week ever, and when I took it off, it was very red and inflamed the skin, and I didn't like it. So I like to wear my sensor on my arm, and it's just, you cannot put it on your arm without the help of someone else. It's incredibly difficult. And also, appearance of the Guardian 4 sensor, it's very medical, and it's not just me saying this, a lot of people have. It's very medical. There's lots of adhesive tape involved. It doesn't look sleek and smooth like the Dexcom G7 or the Libres. So that is probably the main things that people don't like, including myself, about the Guardian 4. It's incredibly hard to put on, and it just looks bad. Okay, now people have said as well about issues with sensor updating, accuracy, sensors falling off, sensors ending before the 7 days. I have had 2 sensors I've had to replace in 3 months because they've ended early, so think of that what you will. I don't think too much of it. It's been very accurate. I will do a future video about the sensor itself, the Guardian 4, but it has been accurate. So, but I have really a lot of issues with just putting it on. The 2-hour charge up as well on the transmitter. Why do we have that when I had the G7, which was just 30 minutes and had no transmitter? Plenty of things that make the Guardian 4 difficult. And then let's talk about this now. So this is where the disappointing news comes in. So Guardian 4 sensor, difficult, we know that. So Medtronic obviously know this as well, and they've made their new sensor called Simplera, which I'll put in a little clip, does model the Libre and the Dexcom G7, as in it has that kind of one push applicator. It looks way smoother and sleeker. There's no transmitter as far as I could see. It does not look as medical as the Guardian 4 currently does, and it looks a hell of a lot easier to put on. So obviously in the diabetes community, everyone's like, yay, this is so exciting. When are we getting this? And I will tell you this, I had a Medtronic rep at my training, and I talked to her and I said, when I put on the Guardian 4, I was like, this is so difficult. I'll never be able to do this myself. When is Simplera coming out? And they were like, in Ireland, hopefully within the next year. And I was like, okay, I could live with that. I still have a lot to learn about the pump. That's fine. Then the disappointing news came out. So this is it from Medtronic UK and Ireland Facebook page. Big post announcing Simplera is now here. Yay, you can get it with your pump. Everyone really happy. We can get rid of the G4. No. So I was like, oh my God, this is going to make life so much easier. No, that's wrong. It is not compatible with my pump. But I'm like, wait, why is it not compatible with my pump? It's only compatible with new pumps. And I'm thinking, right, my pump is fairly new. Like, I got it in end of April, so it's very new. So why can't I have Simplera working with my pump? And if you look at these lovely comments from Medtronic UK in Ireland, they say that the Simplera pump will only work with pumps that have the software built in them, and these software update pumps are from ones that were built in July onwards. So bear in mind, I'm filming this on the 21st of July. So these pumps, where are these pumps? Like, who has these pumps? No one, as of right now, I'm guessing, has these pumps, because you have to go through training to have a pump in Ireland anyway. So it's really disappointing. They're saying that you can only use the Simplera if your pump has the software update, but that software update is only in pumps that are built as of July. So that just completely rules everyone out who already has a 780G insulin pump, including me, who only started in April. So I would have thought I would have been in the new pump category, but I'm not. And there is actually no timeline for those who currently have a 780G that's not compatible with Simplera. I understand that they have to do a software update in order to make it compatible, but like, why are we just ruling out the people who currently have the pumps? Who are the people who want the Simplera, who want it easier? And I did see a lot of posts on the Facebook group saying this is typical Medtronic, you know, all the brand new users get the nice shiny, I think the Guardian 4 they were talking about at this point, and the Simplera, whereas the old users have to wait, and there's actually no estimated date as to when our pumps are currently going to have this software update that we'll be able to use Simplera. So for now, we've got to continue to struggle with the Guardian 4, which is very disappointing. One of the big things I had to consider when picking a pump was which one would be the best for me. And to be honest, I way prefer Dexcom as a CGM compared to the Guardian 4. Like, I do. It's way better. It's much easier. There's less warm up. It's just so sleek, and I didn't really ever have issues with it. Like, I know I've said I didn't really care, but I have had some end early already. My very first sensor just died randomly. There's only two pumps actually available in Ireland: Medtronic 780G with Guardian 4, or T-Slim with Dexcom G6 or G7, preferably G7. And they're the only options. And if I didn't have such an issue with high blood sugars at night, I would have went for the T-Slim and the Dexcom G7. The only thing that swayed me towards Medtronic was because I have such high blood sugars at night that go high for no reason, that I needed something that autocorrects very aggressively and very fast. And we know that the Medtronic autocorrects every 5 minutes, whereas the T-Slim, it wasn't that aggressive. So I went with the 780G, and I'm glad I did, because SmartGuard is really, really good for me. The sensor is not easy to put on, but SmartGuard is really good for me. So I'm still glad I went with the 780G insulin pump. But if I didn't have such an issue with high blood sugars, I definitely would have went with T-Slim. I think it's a lot easier with Dexcom. And that's why I'm very disappointed, because when I was like considering the pump, I was like, sure, if that Simplera sensor is coming out very soon, well then I'm not going to have an issue, because I had read about these issues with the Guardian 4 when I was doing my research. So I was not oblivious to this, but I was kind of hoping the Simplera would come out. But yeah, so that is some disappointing news in the diabetes community. I'm not sure what the approvals are like in other countries. Obviously, this video is about Ireland, and I think the UK kind of falls under that as well. But we're basically not getting the new Simplera sensor. If you're very lucky and you're getting a new pump after July, you're gonna get it, and let us know in the comments how it is. But for those who are existing users, and I feel like, you know, I've only had my pump 3 months, so I can't really say much, but for those who have maybe had this pump a while or a few years, I don't even know how long the 780G is out, it is disappointing, because, you know, you want to be part of that upgrade. You don't want to be the last in line to get it if you're using it for years. So yeah, that's the news. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please give it a big thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And we'll see if there's any update on the Simplera, and I'll see you on the next video.